Nobody is for me lag in this space. You people did not go to university. You people did not go to university. Did not go to university. So I'm going to put my name in the chat box so that my university would be well represented. Just in case, just for record. University of Ibadan. Okay now. Nice to meet you. So now that Unilag is in the comment section, I can now start my session. So good evening, everybody. Thank you so much, YSP, for having me. Thank you, Ati Toby. I don't know if she's on this call. Thank you so much for having me. So my topic says studentpreneurship, how to start and balance your entrepreneurial journey as a student. So I'm going to share my screen and just let me know if you can see my screen. So I think I should introduce myself. My name is Toluwanimi Fagunleka. I'm a marketing strategist. I graduated from the University of Lagos. I studied pharmacy in school, but right from 300 level, I started transitioning to marketing. Reason being that COVID happened and I kind of realized that I had other things I had interest in aside from pharmacy. So in 2020, I started trying my hands on different things, and that was how I got into marketing. So I'll share my screen now, and let me know if you can see my screen. Okay. Please kindly confirm that you can see my screen. Kindly confirm that you can see my screen. Okay, I can see it. 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 All right. I can also see it. It means that we can also see it. So I reframe my topic to building a scalable business while excelling academically. Because one of the things I've noticed with student entrepreneurs is most of the times when we want to start business in school, we are always very profit oriented. So you see a student that gets into the university, probably you don't have a lot of allowance and you're just trying to make a living, you're just trying to survive. You just quickly find one or two to sell, and everything is just profit oriented. There's no long-term plan, there's no purpose in it. You just want to make money and that's it. So it's very beautiful to make money, but it's very beautiful to make money. See, it's very important to make money. Money is a defense. But one thing I've noticed about school in general is it gives you opportunity test to test the waters. So there are a lot of mistakes you can make as a student in business that nobody will necessarily hold you accountable for. I mean, if you start a fashion business in school and probably the business crumble or something goes wrong, or you start a brand in school and the brand did not work out well, you have to shut down the brand. Nobody has so much to say about it because I mean you are just a student and they did not send you to school to go and do business. They actually sent you to the school to study your book and to pass your exams. But you took the extra effort, to start a business, and now the business has failed. So as a student, the expectations are not high, right? So your expectations are very little. If you do it well, fine. If you don't do it well, fine. So it means that if the expectations are not high, if you have all of the opportunities to test the waters and to make a lot of mistakes, how about you just maximize it to do something great instead of just doing anything for profit? So my topic here is building a scalable business while excelling academically. So what would we define as a scalable business? I think my first slide here, I had added like a collage of different pictures to share my story. So just give me a moment. I want to change my position so I can be more comfortable. Okay. Yeah, distracting me. So sorry. All right. Um, So yeah, so this I've done a collab of pictures to share my story. So this was me as a pharmacy student. I think I was doing internship in this picture, and um, as I said earlier, my business life started in 2020-ish. So before 2020, I was full time a pharmacy student. So full time a pharmacy student, I was I think I was Bible secretary. I was the Bible study secretary at RCF, class pastor at NFCPS, and that was all about my life. So nothing too much. So COVID had happened, and I got very curious about a lot of things, and especially pharmacy degree. So I started taking a course on pharmacy technician, and that was the goal of COVID for me. So my goal during COVID was to finish that course. But one day I was scrolling through WhatsApp and I saw that there was a class, a video editing class, and it was free. So I was like, okay, if this video editing class is free, I'm the one that used to take videos in my church at home. Maybe if I join this class, I can improve my skills and do better. So I joined the class. The class was free. So in that class, I was very mind blown because it was the very first class I was getting to know Canva. It was the very first class I was getting to know InShot. It was, before CapCut came, it was InShot with your heart. So it was the very first class I got to know Canva. It was the very first class I got to know InShot. And it's the very first class I got to know a lot of things like, okay, you can actually make animation videos, make designs right on your phone. So after the class, something interesting happened. This man, on the very third day, this man decided to do master class. Can you imagine? How can you tell me that the class is free? And you now do the free class on the third day. I'm already enjoying the class. You now come and tell me that I have to come and pay for master class. So I was very interested in the class, but I did not have the money to pay for the master class. So the class was 3,000 naira, and I knew that if I had learned so much in the free class, maybe I could as well just find a way to pay for the paid class. So I had gone to meet my mommy to tell her to give me 3,000 naira. She only said that no, that the classes, that all these online classes, they're always scam. That actually scam is scam. That I should not pay. That clinic on clinic. So I thought about that. Okay, there's this data business I used to do. There are these people that used to sell data. So me, that time, my data business was called Toluwanimi Data Services. So in fact, I had flyer. I used to sell data, but I didn't used to take it serious. So I thought about it that if I sell data to one person, I used to make like 100 naira. If I can do BC to all the students in my school and all of them can patronize me for data in 1 week, I should be able to gather 3,000 naira. So I did my design, wrote my BC, added everybody to a broadcast list, begged all our fellowship people, my classmates, to help me repost far and wide. That weekend, you'll be tired of me. Sometimes help me repost my BC far and wide. So people were sending me DMs to buy data, make 100 naira here, 50 naira here, 100 naira here, 200 naira here. That was how I gathered 2,500. And the class was 3,000 naira. So I sent the man a DM. I think his name was Mr. Taiwan. I think that I should please do the 2,500 that I have. And I want to do the class. That he should accept me inside the class. So this one was very kind and he allowed me into the class. And that was the beginning of my life journey, literally. So I started the class and the man would always give us assignments. So I did something extra. So instead of randomly using random things to do my assignments, I will pick an actual business to do my assignments. So I can go to a WhatsApp group and pick somebody's business advert and convert it to a video animation. So I'll just send the person a DM and say, hi, I saw your VC on this group chat and I thought to convert it to a video animation for you. And that was what I did all through the days of the class. So after I send it to this person, they'll send me feedback and tell me, oh, thank you very much, blah, 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 blah. And if I post it on my WhatsApp status, people will just be very interested and come and teach me. I like what you are doing and all of those things. So fast forward to my old kindness of randomly helping people convert their PC to video animation. And I'm sharing this because a lot of times people used to bash free work. They will say, don't do for free, don't do for free. But the funny thing is that your paid job will most likely actually come from your free work. So this particular day, I found a random advert on a WhatsApp group, edited it, sent it to this lady, and I didn't even know that the BC was not for her. She just reposted the BC. So she told me that the BC was not for her, but she will send my video to her madam. And it turns out that the madam was maybe one minister of agriculture in Nigeria. And that was how I got my very first paid gig in animation. So the woman picked very interest in the job and she was like, that she thank you very much, that she wants me to help her convert a farmer story to an animation video. That work stressed me because that woman corrected that woman was just correcting. But she paid me, I made my very first 50K. Something that I learned for 3,000 naira. She paid me 50,000 naira to learn that job. So over time, I had started posting on WhatsApp, posting, and people say, come and teach me, come and teach me, come and teach me. Then one day, I don't know the spirit that entered me. I said, all right, I'm going to host a free class for all of you. You people should join my WhatsApp group. So I did the exact same thing that man did. You know that man did 3 days free class. He now announced master class. Do you remember? So I did that same thing. So I did free class for all of them, right? And I shared my farmer's story video. I did exactly the same thing. I told them that on the third day, I now said that there's master class. So, and the master class was, I think I charged my own 2,000 naira or 2,500. Surprisingly, 100 people paid. And that's how I made my first 150,000 naira. So that period of my life, I just did ball. Like, imagine moving for somebody that always had consistent 10,000 naira allowance to someone that now has 50K, that now has 250K. 250K. I first changed my phone. That was my first move. I had changed my phone, changed my gadgets, painted my room, did everything. So I came back to school. I came back to school after COVID, and my name had already gone viral. So everybody already started shouting my name, turn on, turn on, turn on, turn on, turn on, because I don't know, I can't even explain how that happened. But my name was just literally all over our campus that there's this girl, there's this business girl in Kiniko, in pharmacy, blah, 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 blah. So when I came back, I had a 9 to 5 role at the logistic company in hand. I was still a student too. And that same semester, we did hand over in RCF, and I moved from being Bible study secretary to being RCF president. All of this to say that I had a literal full life. So I was RCF president. I had my business that I was doing. I had my 9 to 5 that I was doing, and I was still a pharmacy student. So at that point, I had to have a conversation with myself that, see, my dear, you cannot graduate with first class. Everybody wants to graduate with the first class, but I had to face myself and say, with all these things that you are doing, we need to pick a battle. So which one do you want? Do you want to make money, or do you want to graduate with the first class? So I told myself that all I wanted to graduate with the 4 points. That in as much as I can finish with the 4 points, I was going to be fine, right? So from that very day, my target was is either B or A. So worst case scenario, 60, 70, 60, 70, right? Because 70 is still A. So I gave up on looking for 80, 85. I left it for diligent students that they were meant to get it. Do you understand? So I just said to that 4 points was going to be it for me. I did not stop at that though. I think when I came back to school, my eyes just opened that people don't have pillows in my school. So I thought about it, I can even start a pillow business. That's how this game. I started selling pillows. But one thing I was very clear about when I started my pillow business is that I knew that when I would leave school, I would give out that business. So I started the pillow business. I sold a lot. Like, I think, how did I start the business? I woke up that night and I just saw that everybody in my room did not have pillow. And I just thought about it that if all of us in my room does not have pillows, so I went around the hostel and I noticed that it was the same problem for every room. Reason being that in Diaraba, they give you bed, they don't give you a pillow. So I thought about it. If nobody is selling pillow in this school and all of us don't have pillow, if I can take the initiative to start selling pillow, I'm going to make money in this school. So that day, I woke up in the morning, I dressed up. So one thing about me, if I get an idea, I don't overthink it, I do it. Either it makes sense or it doesn't make sense. So that very day, I woke up in the morning, I dressed up, I left the hostel, I went to Mushi Market. I found out the price of pillow, 700 naira. When I go back to the hostel, I designed the flyer straight up. Buy your pillow, 1,500. You buy the pillow, you get free bonnet. Straight. I posted it. I waited till like evening time. I posted it around 8 p.m. I sold it on pre-order. So I told them that if you buy your pillow, 1,500, you get a free air bonnet. So pillow was 700 from the market. Air bonnet was 150 naira. That's 850. So my profit was 1,500 minus 850. Of course, transport fee and all of those things. But I had like roughly 500 naira per pillow. So I did the BC and I told them to pre-order it. That very night, I got 20 people pre-order my pillow. Like, hey, it was not a joke. Like 20 people, one BC. So I knew that there was gold mouth in this. So that day, I employed an assistant. ASAP, and I told her that she was going to follow me to the market. I was going to teach her how to run the business. She'll do the BC, blah, 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 blah. That was how I started pillow business as well. Then fast forward again. I met a friend that she didn't exactly business. So I thought about it that me, I have money. you want to do business. Then no problem. Let's all of us come together and start a shoe business. So that was how inside this school again. I did shoe business. I did pillow, I did shoe, I did 95 hand. I think the last thing that I explored as a student was starting a Kingdom Entrepreneur merch brand. So this, if you zoom, you're going to see somewhere that they wrote Purple Nation. So I had like a t-shirt brand that I had very big plans for. So I really do have big dreams for this brand, and it's currently on hold, but I really hope that I will pick it up very soon. So my dream for this brand was to create Kingdom Entrepreneur inscriptions for business owner. The big picture was that when business owner wanted to launch a product, I was going to handle all of their customized items. So down to the hoodie, and it was going to be strictly for entrepreneurs. And it was going to be strictly for entrepreneurs. Right. So that was the goal that I had for that brand in particular. But life happened and I could not do it. So everything here were just different things that I did at different times as a student. Right. So let's go to the next slide. So which has helped me define what I would call a scalable business. So scalable business is a business that is powered by a compelling vision. So every business is scalable. The funniest thing is that you can start selling crayfish today and it can sound very, very random that why are you selling crayfish? And because crayfish is not scalable, like there's nothing you can really build out of crayfish. But another person can pick up a crayfish business and come up with something very innovative around it and make that business scalable. So scalable business is any business that is powered by compelling vision. So I'm going to use my story that I shared to point out things that I did as a student that I considered scalable and things that were not scalable. Right. So just give me 1 minute. Let me go back. All right. So the very first thing that I said I did was that I sold data in school. So if you ask me, data business is very scalable. Like, I mean, I have a friend that sells data. He has a website. He has a team of over 12 people. He has a website. He has an app. He sells data. So that business is scalable for him, but it wasn't scalable for me because I didn't have any vision that was tied to a data business. I didn't have any vision that had connected to a data business. I did that data business solely because I wanted to make money. So the second thing that I said I did as a student was that I started doing video editing for business owners and I had the 9 to 5. That was very scalable for me because I know that my life is very connected to business. My life is very connected to entrepreneurs and coaching in the business space in general. So if you ask me, I have like big dreams with my marketing career. I see myself handling the campaign of the president of Nigeria. I see myself handling the campaign of like the top 10 multinational companies. So as in my mind, my marketing journey is very scalable. My marketing journey is compelled by a particular picture, by a particular business. So looking at my pillow business, right from the very day that I picked up that business, I didn't have any goal for it. I just wanted to make money. I was just inspired by the fact that people in my hostel did not have pillow. And if I can be the only person that will sell pillow, I can, monopolize that space, make extra money and have money to buy bag and talking. When I left school, so from the very beginning, from the very first day I started that business, I knew that I was going to give it out. So that was why I was very quick to employ an assistant and show her how I was doing everything. So in my mind, that pillow business was not scalable. Why? Because I did not have any vision. I did not have any plan for it. I just wanted it to make money for me. But the assistant that I employed had a vision for the business. So this is where it gets very interesting. So I graduated from school, I left school, but this girl knew the in and out of the business, right? She knew I did not gatekeep anything because I had no plans for it. So she knew where I bought it from. She knew the Maraga I used. She knew she had access to my BC list. She had access to everything. So when I left school, she reached out to me that she wanted to take on the business and she wanted to make it big. And I said, okay, no, voila. I gave her down to the brand name, down to the flyer, down to everything. Few weeks down the line, this girl had opened Instagram page for the brand, open Instagram page, Twitter page. She has expanded the business. She's not just selling pillow. She's not selling pillow. She's selling bed sheets. She's selling bed. I was just blown away. She has redesigned. She has branded. In fact, she was part of the Student Entrepreneur Award in the last dinner. This was the very same business I handled that I never thought of that could be big. It's the same business another person picked up and expanded in the space of 1 year that qualified her to the entrepreneur of the year award list. So can you see that anything can be scalable? It depends on the mind that is handling it. Do you understand? Do you get what I'm saying? So, and this is like very first I need to understand, like how to identify the value in what you are doing and where you should give the most of your time. So another business I said I did was the shoe business. Shoe business is not scalable for me because right from time I studied myself that anything that I can touch, any product that I can touch with my hand does not do well. So one of the strengths that God has given me as a person is the grace to think for people. So I have thinking strength. So most people don't like to think, but I enjoy thinking. So I can help you. I can think for 24 hours straight, and I'm not going to feel stressed. So most people don't like to think. Most people prefer to execute. I prefer to think than to execute. So right from time, I already knew that what will make me money is my brain, my mouth, my brain, and my mouth. So every time I try to do stuff with my hands, it always ends in tears. Like I always try. Like I actually try my best to do things with my hand, like try to have like a physical product that I will sell, but just always ends in tears. So this shoe business, I right from time, I already knew that it was probably not going to be scalable with me. So I started this with a friend because I knew when I leave school, I wanted to hand it over to her. I didn't have plans for it. Till this very day, I left school last year. It's been 1 year, 1.5 years since I left school. Till today, that business is still existing. The girl is still running it. Why? That business was scalable in her mind. It was not scalable in my own mind. So any business, so I shared all of that to say that every business is scalable. It is just very dependent on the mind that is handling the business and the vision that is compelling the business. So we can be doing the exact same thing. Two of us can be running the exact same thing. Two of us can be selling lip gloss. But the mindset that is powering it will determine how big that brand will go. So it means that very early in life, you need to quickly discover which of your expressions are scalable and which is not. So if you are going on the road, every day when we pass the street, we see people selling small chops. The same person that can sell small chops on the road is the same person that can actually own Papa's Grill. But it's different type, is different quality of mind that captured the vision. So one person caught the vision to sell pop-up on the road, another person thought about it deeply to package it into Papa's Grill and to start opening stores across different locations in the world. Scalable business. So it's the same thing. Pop-off is still pop-off, but the quality of mind that handled the idea produced different things. So same thing as Fruity Life. This Fruity Life, is when I was in school, I had a classmate that used to sell juice. I'm not sure she's still doing it. I'm sure that you have met different people that at different points in life, they come tell you that I should patronize them. They used to make LD drink, LD that, LD all of those things. It's the same mind, it's different, the same idea, but different quality of mind. So before I proceed, I need you to actually now ask yourself, of all the things that I've ever done, or of all the things that I have in my mind to do, which do I, which can I pick, which is very connected to a scalable vision? Which can I see that this thing is scalable? And this is one way to reduce your overwhelm as a multi-potentialite. So if you're somebody that you have multiple expressions, you're very, you can sing, you can dance, you can do this, you can do that. One of the ways to analyze your potentials is to check which of them is scalable. So which of them can you tie to a big picture? Like right now, you can see yourself doing it on a very big scale. Is that one gone that you should go after? So if you understand everything I've shared so far, let me know in the comment section. Just tell me. Type it. I don't react. Don't react. Type it. Show me. Show me. Okay. Let me check the comment section. Comment. How can I see the comment? I don't know. Okay, I've seen it. I can't see anything in the comments. If I don't understand or you're not listening. If you understand everything I've shared so far, can you let me know in the comment section? Okay. All right. All right. I'm so excited that you understand. Thank you so much. Love it. Love it. So how do you choose your business? So there are four ways to put four ways to choose your business. So the very first thing that should help you choose your business is your purpose. So you should actually choose business based on what resonates deeply with you, not what gives you profit. So reason being that you can always do business that brings you profit. That's the truth. I can wake up today, like I can decide to have a pharmacy tomorrow and nothing is going to happen. It's going to generate me money and that's it. Do you get? But most importantly, at this very stage, at this very beginning, it is always better to choose a business that resonates with your purpose because as a student, one of the things you want to intentionally build is your personal brand. So that when you finally come out of school, you have something to bank on, you have something to rest on. So I don't know if you people know, like personally, when I came out of school, it wasn't so hard. You know how people will come out of school and they will say that, how is life after school? I did not exactly have I did not exactly have answers to that question because life after school for me was life in school. So I came out to life after school. I already had a job waiting for me because somebody had connected me through my Instagram page and she wanted to work with me. So I came out outside of school into the job from that one. When it was even time for me to do my internship, it was very easy because I already had like a personal brand. So I did not have to do plenty shalaye and be trying to defend myself. This is what I can do. Like you can literally see what I can do on my page. The question is, do you want to employ me or I should be going? So how do you choose your business? Very first thing is your purpose, right? So what really resonates with you? So I'd already said earlier that because I'd already shared earlier that knowing myself, analyzing myself, one of my biggest strengths is my brain and how I think and how I process things, right? So I can naturally, funny how everything that I'm currently being paid for, I can do it for free and I'm not going to feel stressed. I'm not going to feel overwhelmed. So knowing that, it only makes sense that I think of ways to monetize something that already resonates with me. Coming up with strategy already resonates with me. When I was in school, I literally be going to the stores in my school to tell them that this is this thing that you are doing, this is how you're supposed to do it well. So that I can the very last one that I did, I think almost even got me to truth. I made a post on Trend. Abi, what's the name of this platform? This platform that's connected to Insta is Trend now. I made a post on it and I had done a marketing analysis on two of the spaghetti brand in my school. And I didn't call out their name. I just did the market analysis of two of them and I posted it. That's how I don't know the students that went to go and tell them. Let's just thank God for life. Anyways, but first thing you want to think of is what's your purpose? Why are you here? So if you feel like you're very in tune with fashion, that fashion gets your attention, you probably want to start asking what part of fashion is my own. Am I supposed to be a stylist? Am I supposed to own a fashion store? Am I supposed to do this? So once you discover that, the question now becomes, how can I start it now as a student? So no matter how big your vision is, there's always the smaller version of it that you can start. So if your big vision is to own a book company, like you want to own like a company of books, or let's say you want to own a particular app that people can immerse their brain inside. Once they put their brain, once they look into it, all the letters will diffuse into their brain, for instance. There's a smaller version of that dream, and it could be something as simple as creating a website that helps people get access to books across their devices. There's a smaller version of it as selling books. So there's always a smaller version of every business. So the first thing you want to ask, what's your purpose? What resonates with you? So the second thing you want to check is your profit. So once you have written out things that resonate with you, now want to weigh it against the profit that you generate. So as I have passion for talking and thinking, I also have passion for hairdressing. I love to make people hair. In fact, growing up, I begged my mother severally to allow me go and learn how to make hair, but she did not agree. And I'm very grateful that she did not agree because if my mom had mistakenly allowed me learn how to make trust me, people, I for don't open salon. I will probably be an hairdresser now. So I really, really love making hair. I really, really love making people's hair. But if I'm supposed to weigh the profit of hairdressing versus the profit of coaching, the opportunities that we get from having an hairdressing salon and building a coaching agency, which one do you think I would choose? Of course, I would choose coaching because coaching has better opportunities. Of course, if I want to scale my hairdressing business, there are a lot of things I can do. I studied pharmacy. It means I have the right to own pharmaceutical products. I can open a herbal. I can start doing a spa. I can do different great. I can learn different great ideas. But thinking about profit, thinking about time, your time versus profit. So if you're an hairdresser in school, you literally cannot control things. So you have to be present, body, soul, and spirit when you are making hair for your client. So let's assume you want to do braid. Braids will first take you like 5 hours. How much will they pay you? Max 35 as a student. Let's say you want to even push for that 7K, 10K. You use 5 hours of your life to make one person's hair, and the end of it is 7K. And that same 5 hours, you can convert it. You can use like 1% of, you can just use 1 hour to sit down with a client, and that client will pay you $100. So you need to weigh your purpose with your profit and choose the one that will pay you the most. So even in the life of David, look at David. David had different expressions. David was a shepherd boy, he was a singer. David, shepherd boy, singer, warrior. What else? What else? David was different things, sha, but those are the three I can remember. If David had followed the career of becoming a musician, he would still be great. He would still do great things. David would have followed the part of, but it was better for David to just be a warrior. It was better for him to just fight battles because that gave him more opportunities. He can fight a particular country and take over their sheep, their ram, their properties, their cars, everything. How many songs does David want to sing that will make him that amount of money? Eh? I'm coming. Let me check. Let me. So do you understand? 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 Right, so I need to run. I have like 20 more minutes. So the third thing you want to analyze is what are your potentials? So what naturally flows from you? So as a student, you want to ensure that you choose a business that naturally flows from you. As somebody that likes to journal, it means that selling journal will not stress you. So the reason why you have to pay attention to your potential is you don't have time. You don't even have time to do something that will stress you. You don't have time to do something that will not stress you. Talk less of something that will stress you. So for you, business might not even be your thing, right? You might just be a service provider that you just know that I'm a writer. Just focus on writing for people. I had a friend in school that he was not necessarily a business person. He was just a writer. So all the time, he just focused on getting gigs. From the writing gigs that he did in school, he did not do business, he did not post anything. He bought a house. Imagine buying a house. Like he literally bought a house from his writing gig. So that type of person now, you already know that what I can do, I cannot do business, but I can write. So let me just focus my energy in getting writing gigs for people abroad and write for them and use the results I get from them to build my personal brand. That is something that did not stress him, that was making him money. So if I say I want to follow him and say because he's making money, let me to go and choke my head and start writing, I'm gonna fail because it's not natural for me. It's not my natural innate to write. So I'm going to be stressed. So finally, the fourth thing you want to consider when choosing a business is your academic stand, right? Your academic stand. So I told you that when I started choking my head into plenty things, one of the things I had to sit down with myself to analyze is where I was. So when I started doing business, I think I was on a 4 point, maybe 4.4 or 4.3. I don't know. That's GPO. I think I was on a 4.5 GP sharp. Then CGPA, maybe I was on a 4.2 or 4 point something. So when I just calculated everything, I had gone to meet our class rep and I told him that how many 4.5 do I have to graduate with the first class? So I was in maybe 400 level. I had 4 semesters left. So he did the calculation for me. So for me to have a first class, to graduate with the first class, I probably needed to do 4.9, 4.9, 4.9, 4.9 in the first semester. Let's not lie, let's not steal. I'm not able to because I cannot even focus on my book again 100%. I'm doing fellowship, I'm doing business, I'm doing 9 to 5. So I thought about, okay, help me to calculate it. If I want to graduate with 4.1 on the dot, or 4.0. I think it was 4.0. My goal was to finish 4.0. I want to graduate to 4.0 on the dot. What do I need to be finishing? So he told me I can do 3.5 years, 4.0 year, 4.5 year. So she gave me the mathematics, and I said, great. I don't even need to have 3.5. I was just going to ensure that all through the remaining 4 semesters, I have 4.2, 4.2, 4.2, and I was going to graduate with 4.0. And that was exactly what I did. I finished with 4.19. I was very happy. Oh, you have no idea. When I saw my CGPA, oh God, I was so proud of myself. I was so proud of myself because, me too, I know what I did in school. I know what I went through. So you want to consider your academic stand and what you really want. So if in a situation where I was very adamant on graduating with a first class, if you for instance, your parents have told you that you must graduate with a first class, so don't come to this house if you don't graduate with a first class. So it's reason for you to give yourself brain and focus on your academics. And when you have a first class, business will come after. But if you know that you can risk it, because in this life is a sacrifice, you have to pay the price. Yes, we can have it all, but there are sacrifices to make. You cannot say that. You cannot say that. So the truth is, I could actually have had a 4.5, but I could have graduated with the first class. But the problem started for my 200 level. So in my 200 level, I had 3.8. So my foundation was already faulty. Do you get? So it's not like there was. So for me to now finish with a 4.5, it was very hard. Literally had to be having 5.0 back to back to back to back. And I went to pharmacy school. Pharmacy school is very somehow like that. So if you already know that your own do or die, your deal breaker is 4.5, 5.0, stick to it. Check what will it cost, what price do I have to pay. And even this 4 points that I said I had, I know I'm saying it like it was very easy for me to have it. I did not sleep. Like I can remember that my location was very predictable. Like it got to a point that if anybody is looking for me, you don't even have to go to my room. Can easily find me in the reading room. I would always be there 24 hours. Food though, food that we eat though, I will eat it in the reading room. The only time I had time to go to my room was to bathe, change, even sleep. I will sleep and wake up in the reading room. So it's not like that's 4 points. It was very easy for me to do. So I just graduated with it. So that academic stand is it's a very important conversation. What price would you pay to graduate? Because nobody will celebrate you for being a great entrepreneur that failed in school. So if you do 10 billion naira in school now, you do 10 billion, all your sets graduate, and you are left in that school for 5 years, you yourself will be very sad, because your major assignment as a student is to actually graduate, not to do business. As a major assignment. So you need to first set to your major assignment that this academic staff now that I'm already in. So you're already in 2 points. You're already having 2 points. My advice for you is don't do business. So if you are currently not on a GP, that if you graduate on that GP, you will be happy. So if you are, for instance, if you are currently not, let's assume what will make you happy as a graduate is 3 points, and you're currently not on that 3 points, don't start doing business. So if what will make you happy as a graduate is a first class, and you're currently not on a first class, don't start doing business. So start doing business when you're on the GP, that if you graduate on that GP, you will be happy and you'll be fine. When I started doing this, I was already on a 4 points. So just left for me to maintain it when I graduated. So I was fine. I was happy. So it's not that on my induction day, I'll not be sad. I think I even put my induction picture in. I was very happy. See, this was on my induction day. I was very, very happy. In fact, I'm sure I was happiest. I was happier than our best graduating students. Oh, I was happy. You have no idea. So you need to consider your academic stand. Very, very important. Very, very important. So after you've done all of these things, the next thing you want to start thinking of is, what is your visibility strategy as a business owner? How are you going to get visible as a student? So visibility strategy for a student. So this visibility strategy I called leverage is a visibility strategy that I discovered while I was selling my PO business. So I can put my name on it, right? Owned, discovered, owned, branded by me. You get. So I'd call the strategy leverage. So leverage is a student entrepreneur strategy that follows the principle of closure. So as a student, most of your target audience are within the same environment that you have, right? Please give me a moment. Please, I need to plug my laptop. So most of your target audience are within the same jurisdiction that you have. So it means that delivery fee is not exactly a problem. So when I was in school, people that I used to patronize, like perfume vendors, clothes, everything, they were most likely in the hostel. So whenever I wanted to buy anything, I didn't exactly need to do delivery fee. I can just move from one room to another room and I pick up the clothes, I pick up the shoe, and I'm back to my room. So it means that most of your target audience are actually within the same location as you are. So does that mean that you not have external customers? You could have external customers, of course, because you leverage social media marketing. But you are supposed to leverage all people that are students within your location first. So how do you do that? The very first thing you need to do is you need to write down all the departments in your school. So for me, in medical school, I had pharmacy, I had medicine, I had pharmacology, I had MLS, I had radiography, I had nursing, I had dentistry. So I wrote down everything from beginning to the end. Then the next thing you want to write is the level. So for pharmacy, we have 5 levels. So I wrote 100 level, 200 level, 300. For medicine, we have 600 levels. So I wrote down all the levels. So first thing, write down all the departments, write down all the levels that are there. Then next thing you want to analyze is in pharmacy 200 level. So medical school starts from 200 level. We don't have 100 level. So in pharmacy 200 level, who is the most influential person that I have access to or that I can gain access to? I'll write it. In pharmacy 300 level, who is the most influential person that I can gain access to? So I'll do that for all of the departments, every of the departments. So the next thing I want to do is I would reach out to all of these people with goodwill. So let's assume I'm selling chin chin and I want my chin chin to be the most talked about in the whole of Medilag. So I'm going to do this exact same thing I did. So I write down all the departments, all the departments in school. I can even go as deep as writing all the fellowships and their fellowship presidents and fellowship schools, or writing all the executive in each department. So I will just write down all the influential person in key classes. So after I've written down all of those things, the next thing I'm now going to do is I'm going to reach out to them with goodwill, right? So I'm selling chin chin. I'm going to package free chin chin for every one of them. So I'll set out a marketing budget for it because this is pure marketing. So I'm going to package chin chin for them and I'm going to find a way to reach each and every one of them in a very kind way. So this, of course, you don't have time. You can be strategic about it. So for pharmacy, I can choose to do pharmacy for this week. So for this week, let's say every 2 p.m., I'm going to go around to find each of these persons. I'll find their contacts. So I can message them ahead. It's very easy to get contacts of students. You just need to ask somebody, maybe on one WhatsApp group, and they will send it to you. So I'm going to meet them and I'm going to say, hi, my name is Tolu Fagunleka. I sell chin chin. And I thought that you would, and I really wanted to give you this chin chin and this drink to just tell me what you think about it. So I'm going to give it to them to take it, and I will now tell them that if you find it very nice, do you mind if I add you to my broadcast list? Simple question. They cannot say no. I'm giving one big pack of chin chin and drink. You not tell me no. I'll collect my chin chin back. I'll collect my chin chin back. So majorly the goal is that you want to lead with goodwill, right? Lead with goodwill. So not that you just tell them I will add it to my business. Give them your products for free. So let's assume that you cannot even afford to give them your product for free, and do word of mouth. Just reach out to them and tell them that, hi, good afternoon, my name is this, I got your contact from this person and I really want to take your permission to add you to my broadcast list, and I don't mind just have something that you are giving in this. So it's just very important. And you can tell them that on my broadcast list, every if you don't have anything, just beg, like, please, I need your help. You cannot be broke and be proud at the same time. You have to choose one, right? So after you've done that leverage, the next thing you want to leverage, so that's your leverage. So after you have, of what the 100 people you reached out to, at least 50 people will accept to be on your BC list. And there's some people that they don't need too many ceremony. There's some people that they are just your friend. You don't need to tell them, please take chin chin, add them. Or that is audacity. They're already your friends. You already talk to them, add them. Like me, one of the biggest leverage I had as a student was that I was fellowship president. So as fellowship president, I had access to literally all the departments because most of them come to RCF. So for me to add you to my BC list, me, I'm your president too. I cannot be laboring over you and I will not be begging you to put you in my BC list. My dear, you have to repost my business. You have to repost my business for me. It's very important. So I will add you to my BC list and I'll tell you that, please, if you want me to remove you, tell me, I'll move you. Get me, exactly. So that was the leverage that me I had. But if you don't have that leverage, my dear, you have to do please, Pele. And this is your cue to actually serve in your fellowship or to serve some way. serve as a student. Use your time to serve the Lord. So the next thing you want to leverage on is offline marketing. So one of the things that people don't do as students is they don't do flyers. Why? Why are you not doing flyer? Is it that you don't understand that offline marketing still works? So like in Medilag now, whenever we're having any special programs, one of the things that we do is that we'll print out flyers. So we'll print out flyers, we'll go from hostel to hostel to share those flyers. Can't you give the same energy to your business? You don't know that God is a God of profit. Look at the person that God gave one coin, be one talent to. That guy did not make any profit, and God was very angry. So God is very proud of you. In fact, this reminds me of, I think this was my very, 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 very first business before COVID. So before COVID, I had actually done business. I sold peanuts in school. So how did this peanut? This peanuts came from a point of hunger. So my allowance that time was 10,000 naira. And that 10,000 naira, me, I used to give too much. And I was fellowship. I used to do fellowship. So with my 10,000 naira, someone can come and tell me and say, Pastor Tolu, I've not eaten today. You buy spag and chip, 1,000. Oh, Tikunaiki. Pastor Tolu, I've not done this one. You buy spag and chips, 1K, oh, Tiku, 8K. So that my 10,000 naira in 1 week, that money has already finished. So what that will mean for me is that the remaining 3 weeks, I will not be begging, I will not be borrowing money. I just knew I could not keep up. I had to find a way to survive. Somebody say I must survive. So I knew that I had to find a way to ensure that I survived. So that they had gone to spa. I don't know if you know this spa, Tiaba, with my friends. I was in radiography hostel, and my eyes just saw that peanut butter. If I can carry this peanut butter to my hostel and I can sell it, this is going to change my life. So that day. See, one good thing about me is I don't waste time. I see anything, I leverage it, I do it. So that day, I saw the peanut butter. I think I bought 10 or I bought 15. When I got to my hostel, do you know the funniest thing? I went to that place with my roommates. Do you know that my roommate was planning to sell this peanut butter, but she did not talk, and me, I did not know. So me, I got there. I saw the peanut butter. I bought it. I carried it to the room. I said, I now started announcing. I was in a 30-man room that time. Very terrible. I was 200 level. There's one room like that in Unilag. It's for 30 people being in the room. Very terrible at the time. So immediately I got to the room with my roommates, I just announced, you people, I'm not selling peanut butter. My bunkie at the time was very angry because she was the one that took me to spa. And me, I did not know she had plans to sell peanut butter. Me, I saw it. I saw opportunity, and me, I grabbed it. She was not saying she too. She wanted to say, sorry, we are late to the party. So when I finished in the 30-man room, I went round the whole hostel, room to room. I was knocking the door. Hello, good afternoon. My name is Tolu. I sell peanut butter. Hello, my name is Tolu. I sell peanut butter. Hello. That night, I finished everything that I bought. The next day, I did the same thing. And that was how I got into offline marketing, whatever, in school, right? So over time, people will now start messaging that girl that sells peanut butter, who has her contact? That girl that says this, who has her contact? Of course, over time, I got tired and I left the business because it was not scalable. Of course, it's not scalable. So yes, you want to think offline marketing. So every year, I know that there are always intake of new students. Like there's always like freshers, intake of freshers to school and all of those things. So every time freshers come to school, there's something fellowship do. Fellowship always go class to class. It's always like these people must give their life to Christ by fire, by force. If you experience that thing in school, that your very first week of school, different fellowship will come and be talking to you left and right, trying to advertise their church to you. Very annoying. But how are you about to leverage that same strategy for your business? So immediately freshers come to school like this. You make it the point of core of you make it your assignment that you will go around each of the class to go and talk about your business. They are not going to beat you. What you will do is that you do branded t-shirts, do for you and your roommates. One of your biggest strategies as a student entrepreneur is to be best friend with your roommates. Like, don't joke with it too, because there are times whereby you need to do deliveries. There are times whereby you would have exams and people would need to come to your room. So in my school here, I shared room with people that were not studying the same course with me. So while I was in pharmacy, there were times where I had roommates that were studying medical lab science, nursing. So we write exams at different times. So when I'm writing an exam and I need somebody that can help me to do something, they come in very handy, because when I'm writing an exam, they're most likely not writing an exam. Do you understand? But when I'm writing lab reports, they're most likely not writing lab reports. So you want to ensure that you have a good relationship with people as an entrepreneur. So yes, freshers evangelism. So freshers has already come to school. Can you go around, do branded t-shirts for your business, and start going around class to class, tell everybody about your business, tell them to follow you on Instagram. Don't be shy. You cannot be broke and shy at the same time. You have to choose one, right? So next thing you want to leverage on is social media marketing. Of course, social media marketing is like a full-blown topic. But social media marketing, like creating valuable content and putting it out on social media. Because the goal is not just to build a business, the goal is to build a brand. Because that's what is really scalable. Business is not a business is scalable, yes, but a business brand is better. It's better to build a business. So different between a business and a business brand. A business is just buy and sell. You know these Igbo people that they can just they can ship in salt, shipping. Those that's pure business. They don't have brand, they don't have anything. So a brand, like people know your name when they call the name of your brand, you know it. Hmm. Good name is truly better than good though. Look at this eleganza guy. Is it Okoya? See what their name is doing for them. Do the branch. All right, we need to run. Oh, that's even my next. This is so cute. So this slide that I'm using is the exact same slide I shared at BTL conference. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to share the recording of BTL conference at the end of this class. Right? Because BTL conference is a conference majorly for student entrepreneurs, and I think I was more detailed. I shared more detail because I didn't have time restraint at that time. So yes, so next is build a brand. So a brand makes the difference. So think about it. I don't know if you have seen all this malam when they are trying to clean your nails, clean your fingers, clean your toes. That exact same thing they are doing. If you go to a spa, they call it manicure and pedicure. If you enter a spa like this, they can tell you that you will pay 20,000 naira. And this same abuki, they will do the same thing. Maybe they will charge 500 or 1,000. The difference is the experience. The experience is just the difference, and the experience inspires the profit. So a malam cannot charge more than 2K because the experience is not great. So that's something that comes with building a brand. So people don't pay you anymore for your product. People now pay you because of the experience they get from doing business with you. Do you understand? So the next thing you want to do is get attention. So in everything that you do, get attention in your class, in your fellowship, make sure that you're always getting attention. Like there's this guy that I currently see myself in him. Like the energy that I put in my business when I was in youth. That guy currently has it. It's called HVIP. There's nobody in Jaraba right now that does not know HVIP. And the truth is that if you do your stuff very well as a student, it speaks for you right way beyond school. Like wait. Everything that I'm doing, most of the opportunity that I am getting, like when the internship I got it from a recommendation from a senior that graduated from school. Like a lot of opportunities that maybe my senior that probably knew that there's this girl that's always doing business. Let's recommend that. Let's give her the opportunity. So a lot of benefit, bang. It's a lot, Okay. So protocols of a student entrepreneur. So I'd already shared on academics. So your academics is very important. The next thing you want to think of is business structure. So as a student entrepreneur, you cannot joke with structure. Structure is like your life. Any business that you are doing that you cannot control the time you spend on it, you should not be doing it in the very first place. So for instance, my pillow business, I'm going to explain the business structure with my pillow business. So my pillow business, this was how I operated my pillow business. So I operated it solely on pre-order. So it means for you to buy pillow from me, you have to pre-order between Monday and Friday. I go to market on Friday. We deliver on Saturday. So this is how it works. So Monday to Friday, we are constantly sending out BC. So I had BC for different departments from different levels. So my assistant at the time will send out. So I will send out the BC, but I will put my assistant phone number. So do you understand? So it's me that will send out the BC. I'll tell people to repost my BC. It's me that will send out the BC telling people that please repost and all of those things. So the number to order is my assistant number because one of the things that I hate to do is to interact with customer. I don't like it. Like how many pillow, how much is last price label. I don't do that. So it was my assistant that used to handle all of those how many. So my assistant will take the order. They pay to our accounts, everything. That is very risky. But me, I did not care because I actually trusted her. She was even my spotter. I spotted her at the time, so she was in my room. So I had the luxury of time to do accounts with her and all of those things. I just wanted to take all of the logistic off my neck. So they paid to her account. I remember that I said that this business, I had plans to give it out from the very beginning. So I was very open with it. So for you, you definitely want to let somebody else take your credit alert. Do it by yourself. So I put her contacts. Of course, you can put your contact, and now WhatsApp now allows you to use two people to use one phone. I made a video on that on my Instagram page, so you can check it out. So I send out the BC, she gets the order, she takes down their name, their room number, the amount that they want to buy. So on Friday, we take note of the order. So let's say we have 20 order or 30 pillows. So some people might want to buy fiber pillow, foam pillow. We just categorize. So when we get to market on Friday, we go Friday evening. Let's say like that. So why Fridays? Fridays because I don't have any fellowship activity on Friday. So no ESCOs meeting, no CEC meeting, no physical meeting, no online meeting. So Friday was just perfect. So Friday we'll go to market, right? We'll buy like around at 3 p.m., 4 p.m. When we get to market, we'll buy the pillow. I already had the Mara guy. I will call the Mara guy. Will bring us back to the hostel. So once I get to the hostel, I'll carry it to my room and lock it. No, I don't take it to my room. The girl takes it to her room, so she will do the delivery. So what I pay her for is to sort the logistics. So she's the one that will call them. Hello, where are you? Your pillow is already in school. Come and pick it up. So I delegated everything that would stress me. So things like chatting with customer, things like calling customer to come and pick up, all of those things. I employed somebody. Even when I was running my t-shirt business, I did not do it myself. I had a friend outside school that would go and do the printing. She will do the printing, bring it to meet me in school. Before she brings it, she will package everything inside nylon. My only work was to deliver. Even that one self was very stressful. I almost found somebody to pay it off my neck. So I said all of that to say that there is no reward for strong woman anyway. There's no award like that. That strong woman, you work that, it doesn't exist. So as much as possible, delicate. So presently my business, I've been doing, if you go to my Instagram page, all the carousel slides you are seeing there, I designed it myself. And it was recently one night, I was just up designing, I was just frustrated. It takes me like, for every post you see on Instagram, it takes me minimum of 3 hours to do those designs. Like minimum, I'm not even joking with you. Minimum of 3 hours. Even when I want to film videos, I can do like 5 to 7 hours doing all of those things. And I just thought about it that how much would it even cost me if I get a graphic designer? Like, I was just very angry. Like, why am I wasting my time like this? And that night, I messaged somebody and I found somebody that, and in money, how much? Imagine paying 50K 1 month to do all your carousel design and it's off your neck. 50K down, sitting down 4 hours, 4 hours that you used to sit down with the Lord and pray over your life. You are using to do design. Delegate it off your neck, like let it go. So in my content, my video, so the last time I tried to film video, I wasted a lot of time because if I sit down in front of camera, I have to turn and go and see what is happening in front. I'll turn and sit down back. I will be so frustrated. I don't know if you can picture what I'm saying. So you'll be trying to ensure that your camera is seated in your front. I just thought about it. What will it even cost if I can get somebody to come to my house and just hold this camera for me and ensure that how much? It's not even up to 100K. You just stressing yourself. Employ somebody. And the sweetest part is that you can leverage on relationships. So if you're in a stage in your life whereby you cannot pay somebody, call your friend. Except you're a bad person. And that brings me to the last point, relationship. If you're a bad person, you always have to pay for everything. The person that came to help me film content in my house yesterday, I did not pay her any money. In fact, she slept over. Why? She's my secondary school friend. Though. I finished secondary school in 2013. This is 2024. That means I have a friend that's 17 years old. Like we have done 17 years. No, 7 I cannot be that old. 2013, 7, 2013, 7 plus. Yes, I have a friend that we've done 11 years together. Like I can literally, I just one phone call with that day. I called her, are you available to come and help me film content? I said, no problem, she'll come after. She came and she slept over. She left this morning. So that is what relationship will do for you. What money can buy, relationship will pay for it. So as a business person, you have to be a good person. So if you're a bad person, you have to change your behavior. Change your ways. So etiquette of a student entrepreneur. So I will just skim through. Dressing, you have to dress well. So I will touch on the things that matter to me. You have to dress well. You cannot be doing business and be dressing anyhow in the hostel. because as a business person, you have a brand. So even how you dress in the hostel count, it matters. Your Instagram aesthetic cannot be given billionaire, and in the hostel, your hair is looking your hair is just very scattered. So people go to your Instagram page and they are seeing you in physical and they are wondering, like, who is this? Like, are you the brand? Are you the employee of the brand? Who are you exactly? So you have to dress the part. If your Instagram says CEO of a luxurious bag brand, let me come to your room and see that you're actually the CEO. Let me not come to your room and be wondering who you are. So yes, dressing is very important. Once you received this, you don't send visit to people without taking their permission. Customer service, you have to speak well of people. Systems and structures for consistency. All right, structure of business. All right. So I think one of the major things that I skipped this slide, sales strategy. Don't worry. I'll give you access to BTL conference recording. Take your time and watch it, enjoy it. Right. So the final thing I want to talk about is courage over clarity. So if there's anything you've not paid attention to in my story, is the fact that I don't overthink anything that comes to doing business. I don't used to overthink anything. No. And so first thing about me, I don't overthink. Second thing is I think about money last. So if I have any idea today, the last thing I think of, and I'm not lying to you, is money. So let me give you a practical example. So I'm planning a workshop. I'm going to launch a workshop in December, and the workshop is supposed to help multidimensional women build a cohesive personal brand. That workshop is going to cost me a lot of money. Parents spending more, I'm going to spend like 2 million naira. So now I'm planning the workshop, right? And this planning phase, I need to do like a shoot. So this photo shoot, and I just finished planning a conference. So that conference, I literally emptied my business account and my personal account to do that conference. So it means that Tolu is broke. Like, God forbid, as a child of God, I cannot be broke. But so now I want to do a photo shoot. The natural Tolu, if I'm supposed to think based on my account number, based on my account balance, I'm not going to think creatively. So I'm most likely going to be thinking of doing a t-shirt and putting my name, or doing a customized t-shirt. That is not me. I am somebody that likes to go all houses, my dear. So let me tell you what I do. Whenever I want to brainstorm, I brainstorm like the richest woman that I can think of. So this is what I did. So I thought about it. I want to do this photo shoot. How many outfits do I want to use? I wrote it down. I want to use 3 outfits. Good. 3 outfits. What are the outfits that I want to use? So I put down, I want to do customized book gown. I want to do customized shirts. I want to do customized hoodie set. So I sent the DM to the person that will do the bubble gown, sent the DM to the person that will do the shirt, I sent them, they told me the price. This one 30K, 40K, put everything together. I wrote it down. Next, send the DM to someone that will do makeup. How much? Send DM to photographer. How much? Send DM. So next is wig. I need like 3 different wigs. Send DM. I need to do jewelry. So when I now found out all the price and everything, I wrote it down. I wrote down all the price. So one thing that I have done is I had allowed my brain to dream of the most creative thing it can do without obstructing it with poverty. So every time you think of money first, you obstruct your creative flow. So you are now restricted to think based on your account balance. And that is the major problem people have with creativity. So you have an idea in your mind. The first thing you are thinking of is, I cannot afford it. Usepa, they have already killed it. That's gone like that. Allow yourself. See, you don't pay for imagination. It's free. And imagine it in your mind that you have the money. Think about it. Nobody is going to arrest you. As I thought about it now, did you arrest me? No. In my mind, now I've done the show. So I had already ideated everything. I wrote down the cost. So the next thing I now did is I need like 200K in the next 3 days to pull this shoot on Friday. The shoot is on Friday. So I thought about it. Tolu, how can you get 200K without touching any of your investments? Because the last thing you want to do is to spend your investment on expenses. I mean, this is a new workshop I want to launch. What if nobody pays for the workshop and I go and use all my investment to go and plan workshop? I'm in soup. So I need to look for new money. I can't use my salary because my salary already has its own budget. So I thought about it. How can I generate 200K in 3 days for the shoot? So I thought about it. I just came to my mind that it's true. I have one course like that people always like to buy. If I put that course out in 3 days, I should be able to put 200K in 3 days. Good. I wrote it down. So I thought about it. So strategy one, to get my 200K, to do a discount on this course. Who are the people I need to achieve this goal? So I needed 30 people to buy this course in 3 days. So for me to pull this traffic, I needed to reach out to at least maybe one influencer that will help me pull it alongside myself. So the second thing I thought about, of all the things that I wrote down, which of it can I get without paying a dime? So you don't have to always pay money for everything. You yourself, you are a value. So I thought about it. Do I really have to pay a photographer? Or can I actually collaborate with the photographer? So I reached out to the photographer. I said, no, I have to pay. That photography 80K is 100K, 80K last, cancelled. Next photographer, are you interested in collaboration or are you interested in discount? 150K, cancelled. Third photographer, are you interested? Yes, I'm interested. Let's do business. That's it. Do you understand? Next thing, what else do I have on this list that is going to cost me money that I can get for free? Most likely earrings, because the type of earrings I wear, my ear is not pierced. So most times the lowest cost of my earring is most likely 10,000 naira, 12,000 naira. This earring that I've seen on this picture now is, I'm not pierced, so it's a clip-on. So I thought about it. I can message the earring brand that I use and tell her that we'll do a collaboration. I sent her a DM. She has not yet responded. I need 3 earrings for your brand. I will send you pictures. Use it to market. Up next, what else do I need? Gabi. See, summary of everything that I have said is that allow yourself dream. If you can allow your creative process flow without interrupting it with the thought of not having money, you would find the money. So first, dream of the idea, see it happening. I'm going to do that shoot on Friday. And the funny thing is that I started thinking of that shoot 2 weeks ago. And this 2 weeks ago, when I started thinking of that shoot, I did not have kobo for the money. I put out the course, this WS course. I've already sold to 25 people. I paid for the clothes, paid for the shoes, paid for the makeup, paid for what else do I need left? I paid for literally everything, and I'm doing the shoot on Friday, and it's going to be done the exact way I thought about it in my head. So allow yourself to dream and to imagine your ideas the way it will come without interrupting it with the thought of money. Why? Money is a servant. The Bible says that money is a servant. Money is a tool. So you should never, money is only a servant in the hand of somebody that controls it. So money should not control your thinking system. Your thinking system too should control how money flows to you. So if you currently have a problem with creativity, you need to check how often you interrupt your thinking process with money. So for instance, you want to pay for a course. The first thing that is coming to your mind is, I don't have money. You have already killed it. You have messed it up like that. You want to buy clothes. The first thing that's coming to your mind is, I don't have money. You have already dream. Let your mind dream. Let your mind dream first. So finally, I'm going to end with this word. So we're in a world where clarity is over glorified. An average Nigerian is praying for clarity. 90-day, 100-day prayer fast. You are doing clarity. Whereas the Bible says that the steps of the righteous man is ordered by the Lord. The Bible did not say the journey. The Bible did not say the destination of the righteous man. The Bible says the step. The step. That's what the Bible says, that the step of the righteous man is ordered by the Lord. That means that you have to take gradual steps to get clarity. So courage over clarity. The most important thing that you need when you're starting out in your journey is not to be clear. It's just to be courageous enough to take your very first step. Right? So I want you to say to yourself consistently, courage over clarity. So literally everything that I did or have done can be traced back, I can't trace anything I've done in my life to clarity, that I was clear. Even this workshop, I had known since January that I was going to do a workshop, but I didn't exactly know what the workshop was going to be about. I think I got to know when I started working on the curriculum in August. So in August, I sat down and I said, God, it's almost December. You said I'm going to do a workshop in January. What's the workshop supposed to be about? And I knew the curriculum in August. In September, I knew what the workshop was supposed to be about. Do I know everything yet? No, but I'm planning it already. So anyways, I speak of that to say that don't interrupt your creative thinking process with the thought of money or how money will come. You don't pay for imagination. First, think about it. Think about everything, plan everything, and let the very last thing you think of is where the money will come from, because the money will actually eventually come. So now I think I have 3 more minutes to use on this call, and I want to use it to take questions. So if you have any questions or anything you want to clarify, please kindly unmute your mic and share or type it in the comment section.
Thank you so much, Tolu, for this talk. It was quite enlightening for all of us. I'm very sure we've learned a lot. So we're going to the question section now. Please type in your questions in the question box.
Okay, I don't think that there's any question. So I'm going to send you the recording for BTL conference. So BTL conference, as I said earlier, was a student entrepreneur conference. And since this is a webinar for student entrepreneur, I think that's a resource that you would find very helpful. So just go to my Instagram page. The link is right in my bio. Yes, PTO conference. Yes, you see it's written there. So my Instagram is, so I'm going to drop my link. So you could just click the link in my bio, or you can just send me a DM and just DM me BTO conference. I'll send the link directly to your DM. So I think that's all. Yes, so you could just DM me BTL conference if you can't access the link directly from my bio, and I'll send it to you directly.
Okay, thank you so much, Tolu. It was wonderful having you here. We just want to tell you that we're really grateful. We've learned a lot today. Um, and well, we hope that we all put it into practice. So please let's just say a quick closing prayer. Damilola, can you pray for us, please?
Okay, ma. In Jesus' name, Father, we thank you for today. Thank you for the session that we just had. Thank you for opening up our eyes to see opportunities all around us and for helping us to know how we can balance academics and being a student entrepreneur. Thank you for the person you used to speak to our hearts. Thank you for giving us ideas through this session. Thank you, because we know that by reason of this session, we have many, many mind blowing ideas coming from every lady here. Lord, I ask that as we go to sleep, you give us a restful sleep. And even concerning our church services tomorrow, you take control. In Jesus' name I've prayed. Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much. See you all in the next class. Have a lovely night. Bye.